welcome to the Femme Spot. It's Essence.
It's Jasmine.
And Victoria.
Hi, guys.
Hi.
Okay, so, we got...
We have a whole lot. We have some really good stuff to talk about today.
Pretty important stuff.
Yeah.
Nothing too silly today.
From around the world. So we're going to start in Denmark. A Danish culinary school was actually fined $6,000 for forcing a Muslim student to taste pork. Apparently, it was in one of the dishes. Her name was actually not given out, but basically she sued the school for $75,000 worth in damages. She was reporting racial discrimination, essentially, because they were making her taste this dish that she knew had pork in it. Once it was brought to Danish High Court, that was lessened down to $6,000. I don't really know where
you get the money from. Like, who tells you, okay, you know what? You're gonna sue the school and you're gonna sue them for $75,000.
Yeah, I feel like that's
the first thing.
They're such grabbed numbers, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But I just don't understand what I don't know. Part of me is saying, like, why did she even opt into this right now?
How does that work? If you go to culinary school, usually one of the things that chefs do is taste their own food.
You have to taste your own food.
Yeah, but at the same time, for a religious reason, depending on how religious you are, we don't know. We don't know the details about this girl. She could be a devout, was she Muslim?
It's like haram, if you eat pork.
Yeah. She could be a devout Muslim, and there's nothing wrong with pursuing a career in the culinary arts, and you don't have to eat pork. Do I think that you're owed $75,000 for eating pork? No, I really don't. I'm sorry.
I just feel like damages was very general, but
do I think she was owed an apology?
Definitely.
Money, okay, not $75,000, but money. I understand that, an apology. And I think it's great that people are paying attention to this now because, it is a very sensitive topic.
Yeah.
I find it just interesting, though, that they would force her to do that at all because, that's one of the,
I would have just said no. I would have been like, I'm sorry, you can send this back.
I feel like that's one of the canon things of Islam, of being Muslim, that you cannot eat pork. So I feel like even preparing it, did she prepare it? You know what I mean? I'm just confused about all of that.
They said, I think it's when you're in culinary school, if you make it, you have to eat it.
Yeah.
Taste it.
No, absolutely. It was prepared by her classmates, so I'm guessing that she didn't prepare it. I feel like the articles that I was reading were very general in terms of that approach. But why would they even let her do that at all? You know what I'm saying? But I don't know. I'm glad that she won something from this. I definitely hope that she got an apology. They didn't really list if she got an apology or not.
School should have,
Yeah.
I don't think it was too considerate at all. But I feel like if she was able to get that $75,000, good for her. Because look, things don't happen until you take until you take action. What if she never did anything? What if because since it was general information given, you don't know if she was being forced or was going to be given consequences because she didn't follow the instructions like all the other students supposedly did.
True.
So she was kind of being acting out,
Yeah. Well, I just feel like, I don't know, that's a little bit grave, You
know what it is?
So maybe there's something in the story that we're missing.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. There's definitely more to the story that we haven't read yet.
And you know what? There shouldn't be any question about it. If that's her religion, that's her religion. It shouldn't be anything else. People should respect that because other people want to be respected for their beliefs.
Right.
That's a religion. There should be other options. Especially I think it could work now in the day of technology where you could be a self-employed chef, work for Floyd Mayweather and make so much money without even having to eat pork, or could because some people want to just eat nutritious foods or, certain types of foods.
Some people are vegetarians.
Vegetarian, where you're catering to that type of person where you never even have to touch pork in, your whole career.
Feel like also, there are plenty of places that are, halal places, where they don't use pork, they don't use any of those things. It's becoming very popular in general not to eat pork, I've noticed. I wish her well. I hope that never happens to her again.
Should change their policies a little bit.
Absolutely. Moving right on, we wanted to talk about Stacey Dash, our favorite coon. She's really rude lately. She's talking about transgenders just being unnecessary. She was saying, okay, it's your body, so it's your decision. We all make choices. Go in the bushes. I don't know what to tell you, but I'm not going to put my child's life at risk because you want to change a law so that you can be comfortable with your beliefs, which means I have to change my beliefs and my rights. No.
No one asked you to change your beliefs or rights.
Yeah. Nobody.
First of all, I just want to say this. Sometimes, maybe this is like a little bit like I want to say, but why? First of all, I don't get why people care so much about bathrooms. Second off, you don't even know if someone's transgendered or not.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
How do you know?
This is completely like isolating in that way because you think that you can tell. That's
Yeah.
what I don't like about this. Is like,
And that's not always the case. Sometimes, yes.
Well, I mean, if it looks like a man and they didn't have enough money to get all that cosmetic surgery to change, then you're gonna be like, they're like, I'm transgender.
But I feel like it's like also it's like when you're in a bathroom, I'm not thinking about like this
You're in
other
stalls.
dude.
You're in stalls. I'm sorry. You don't pee right in front of other people. You don't take your pants off in front of people like that.
And oddly enough, it's not like for like men. I don't feel like men are having a weird thing about this with their whole urinal thing where they all like stand next to each other.
Right.
Like, that's really weird, and we don't do that.
We don't do that.
We have our own personal stalls, living my life on my iPhone, playing like Brick
And
Smash.
yeah,
or
that's
something,
why I
you know?
said, that's why I said the resolving this should be stalls for everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go
why
to the
don't-
stall, do your own thing. You not even urinals in the stalls. They have you know
Yeah, you
like,
can do that.
sink in the stall.
Yeah, I feel like a sink is a sink. You know what I mean?
You know how I always try to get the stall with the sink in it.
I know what you're talking about, like the
big
one
one.
big stall. Yeah.
In the
I've
mirror
never seen
already,
that.
yeah.
Yep.
I've never seen that. But I mean, I don't know. I just don't understand like why it's such a big deal. Why you have to like hurt people by being like go in the bushes. That's relegating them to animals. You know what I mean? And it's like
Because Stacey Dash doesn't think before she speaks. I really don't think she does. I think Stacey Dash I think she's popped one too many Xanax.
Well, maybe
Drink
she
a little
should be
too many
the
glasses of Merlot.
face, the ambassador for that creation of that little urinal for women. Have you ever seen that little thing where that device where women could pee?
yeah,
like
Yes.
standing up.
That, like,
Yes, my friend
How
said
much
sent
she
me
go
that.
promote that and do that if she
mean,
wants to
it's
tell people to
sad
go
too.
pee in the bushes.
And it's sad too because Stacey Dash actually, along with all these terrible comments, actually opened up about her own past life, about being abused, growing up. She grew up in the South Bronx. So she had a hard childhood. She fell into a lot of drugs and everything like that. And I'm just like, wow, I'm like, here you are, you went through such a big struggle, you really could have done something more uplifting, and here you are tearing other people down.
Well, I feel like you go one of two ways, but if you constantly see negativity, that's the way that you respond, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And she's only doing what she thinks is appropriate, you know what I'm saying?
Or she doesn't know how to resolve, her
I feel like she's very unresolved.
Things,
in
yeah.
general.
That's a good
or
word.
deal with situations. Because I know a lot of people who are
I want to
so
know what
strong.
I want to know what
has
Cher
so much.
thinks. I want to know what Alicia
Cher.
Silverstone has to say about her former on-screen BFF.
I feel like
She's a vegan. She's
Embarrassing.
beautiful.
Yeah.
She has a child.
Well, I'm sure that she's probably in a better place than Stacey Dash right now because she's putting her foot in her mouth. How many feet do you have? You know what I mean?
I mean, it's funny who is paying her on the table that she has so much confidence
Fox
to come
News.
back
Fox News.
back time to time and say such ignorant things.
Fox News needed to have like one black person so they can, like that white person's like, oh, I'm not racist. I have a black friend.
the
Stacey
token.
Stacey Dash is Fox's black friend.
There's a lot of blind and blue-eyed correspondents on Fox News, and when I see a black person or a person of color on Fox, I'm like, wow, okay. Cause they have I think the Reels on Fox.
Is it really?
The Reels air on the Fox, so I was like, oh.
I had no idea.
I mean, just Stacey Dash, like.
Why Stacey taking the L of the week?
All right, moving on. We actually wanted to talk about Obama because basically it just looks like that Hillary is going to be the Democratic nominee. Not really. I'm not surprised, but I'm not excited. Just for so many reasons because Hillary is my favorite thing, a shyster.
Shyster, just a shysty.
And I mean,
woman.
how do we feel about this, ladies? Obama pushing Hillary?
I think Obama's doing it because even though I really don't think he fully backs Hillary like that, he did make her his Secretary of State. He does believe in the Democratic Party. I think he's looking at it as putting the party before the person. Like, okay, like even though maybe Hillary's not like the ideal one, he wants to support the Democratic.
Oh, and he didn't do it officially yet.
He didn't do it officially
He's been
yet?
holding off, which is interesting.
I feel like he's been doing a lot of funny stuff so that people love him, so that they're okay with it. But I don't.
I think he likes Bernie.
I know.
Yeah, of course he
Everybody
does. Everyone likes
A lot of
Bernie.
people, actually, a lot of Republicans have been saying that the one thing that Bernie is he's honest. Unanimously, Republicans will go on and they will be interviewed and talk about Bernie and they will say that he's honest. A lot of things that Bernie has been saying is he wants to be known for his compassion.
I honestly hope that even if Bernie doesn't get it doesn't look like he's gonna get the presidential nomination. I hope
to be
that
vice president.
I would like to see him have some sort of important role in the
definitely.
White House.
I don't think he's gonna stop doing that. I mean, in the White House, yeah, that would be great.
I mean,
right?
look at it. Bernie Sanders, this man has single-handedly caused tons of people my age who never once cared about politics, never once cared about the issues going on, brought awareness to that, and all of a sudden everyone is now starting to be more aware, and I think that's super important.
That is definitely
And I love that he's
important.
still speaking out and rallying and still trying, to get
that's
his
cool.
votes.
I mean, I definitely applaud him for applying for the Democratic nomination as opposed to independent, because it was a cross between Democratic and independent would lose handfuls.
Yeah.
So I mean, I'm glad that he took that route. Still rooting for Bernie almost always.
Hillary
We love
Clinton,
you, Dad. We love
do.
you.
Anytime you want to go to Ben's, let me know.
Yes, absolutely. Let's get some
Lots of ball soup.
and some what is it called? Salmon. The salmon.
Lox.
Yes. So let's get
Lox.
some lox and cream cheese. Okay. You wanted to talk about Jasmine Koenig today?
Yes, this week, earlier this week, 17 magazine, which I don't know if you guys, like me, have been reading it for a million years because,
A million and one.
yeah, 1,000,001, published a story about a girl named Jasmine Koenig?
Koenig. Yeah.
Koenig, who at 15, after finishing the 8th grade, was sent to Palestine with her mother and her grandmother to be married without her knowing. What had happened was she finished the 8th grade, and when she was younger, her sisters around the same age, like after 8th grade, when they started like wearing more makeup and talking to boys, their parents her mom took them on a trip to Palestine, and the mom would come back and be like, oh, they wanted to stay there. And then when she turned 15, she got a Facebook and reconnected with an old classmate and went to the mall. And he came to the house later looking for the next day, and the mom found out, took her to Palestine, and then she found out that she was actually married off to a man who was, in her words, 5'4", 9 years older, and had a chipped tooth.
Oh my God.
He was a mechanic. Actually, it was her grandmother that set it up because her grandmother said, oh, she's too wild. She's wearing skinny jeans. She's going to the mall to go to Chipotle.
Can I ask, is she Muslim?
That's
Does
so
Yeah,
weird.
she is Muslim.
Okay, so
she said
wears-
she said her mom never made her wear the hijab to school, but on holidays they would. So she goes there. She's married off to this guy, and is like terrified. And by the way, I just want to say she threw an SVU reference. She's like, I knew this was illegal because I watched a lot of SVU, and I was like, yes,
done.
yes, Olivia Benson is really saving lives out here.
gosh.
And she reconnected. She got on Facebook. She reconnected with someone who was Muslim who lives in Texas, who gave her the number for an embassy, and they helped set it up. She escaped, went to foster care, and was
Disgusting.
adopted by a family a year and a half later. She now just graduated high school and has a full ride to the University of Illinois. It was a very inspiring story with a happy ending, but it's important to remember that a lot of these stories don't have happy endings. And I was actually, right before the show started, when I was discussing this with our producer, where there's another article written, I guess, by another Arab or Muslim American woman saying, my parents didn't make me get married. And I think it's wrong that 17 posted that because it makes it seem like all Muslim girls get married. And I think it's a little bit problematic.
I
don't-
feel like it's not like, yes, it's not all Muslim women, but it does happen to people, so you do need to show that.
And it's important that we talk about it because this is not, people know that child marriage happens in other countries. It's a very big thing. It's very controversial, but they don't realize it happens here too. Like this type of situation happens, and I think it's important that we bring awareness to it.
Definitely.
But it was, I mean, I don't know how you guys feel. I'd be terrified out of my mind if that was me.
I can't even imagine getting married now.
She
How
spoke
is-
very basic Arabic too. Like
Yeah.
she didn't even.
And how is that even in the best interest of your child? You should still consider their feelings, especially she's 15 at that age.
I feel like
see
a lot
that?
of people from like older countries and stuff like that, they don't really consider the like emotions of their child. People don't look at children as people who need to be considered.
Well,
but
her-
they say they're mature enough to get married at 15.
Well, her grandmother said it was because she has no respect. Like this will teach her some respect. I'm like,
Really? Yeah. No.
I don't understand.
It
That's
happens.
crazy.
It's like so many. You see even in different countries in Africa where women or little young girls are mutilated, and it's because
Yes.
their parents they'll trade them off with different people.
Or
You know,
Asia.
yeah, sometimes it's about
And-
trading off. Also, it's about making money.
Making money. I've heard stories where the brothers were saying, trying to hold them back because they'll try to run away to different. There are organizations that help these young women, but the brothers and the family are trying to hold them back and on the side of the parents, and it's scary. Imagine it being in their feet, in their shoes.
I mean, it just makes me appreciate my own background, my own life, the opportunities I have. That I never was put in this situation because I mean, it's just crazy. I mean, even in Asia, you know, in the Philippines, it happens. There's child marriages in all over the world, all over the world. It's crazy, you know, but yeah,
I don't know.
really
Well,
something else.
We're glad that she is going off to
Yes,
college right
I was
now.
gonna say back to the good
Also,
side of it.
Yeah, she's going to college. She has it all paid for. I was like, girl, you're
Yeah.
graduating debt free.
Yeah, like
Look at you.
beautiful young girl who has a ton of life ahead of her. We're so proud.
She has some nice skin.
Yes.
I was just
So
she's
clear.
beautiful. Oh my
Yeah.
god.
Because they don't eat pork, I'm telling you.
Yep.
Real-
Okay, moving on to the Cincinnati Zoo.
Yes, so gorilla Harambe, rest in peace, has been shot down at the Cincinnati Zoo after a little boy, kindergartner, fell into the pit, the gorilla
He did
pit.
not fall into that pit. His mom was not watching him, and he got in. I really don't think it's
I
he fell into the
don't,
pit.
I don't think he walked down, no.
I feel like he's at that age where they're very curious.
Well,
you know
yeah,
what I
you know, it's not the kid's
And-
fault. He's young.
Yeah, and I just it's just a shame. It's
No
just a
one
real
actually
shame.
saw her, but I'm pretty sure, as kids do, was curious, wandered
Yeah.
away. And I mean, you don't even know what happened. I didn't hear the accounts of the mother, if she was just not looking or told the kid, no, you can't go over there. And look, she could have blinked her eye.
Literally.
Like, people are getting on the mother and stuff and trying to, you know, get her in trouble, but you don't know.
Yeah.
She's working, you know, that's a lot of work. Anyways, once the kid got down there, I mean, this is my perspective. I feel as though the gorilla wasn't going to do intentional harm to the child.
Yeah.
And I hear other people saying that the gorilla was probably going to kill the child.
No, I from
You
the
could
way that the footage looked, it looked like he was trying to get him out of the way. Like he drags him through the water, but like when he's holding him, he's very protective.
Yeah,
of
it's
him.
very
Right.
gentle.
Yeah,
And if you see also, that's how gorillas drag their children. You see,
Yeah.
watch videos, you'll see gorillas take their children by the leg and they'll just drag them that quick. And you see, it's like almost, if you watch everything, it's almost like the gorilla was trying to protect and had the best interest of the child. I mean, he's looking back up at the crowd that's screaming because they're scared, and he's probably thinking they're the people who knocked this child down here. He's barricading the child, and then you see him even patting different parts of the body, like the arm and the leg, seeing which part should I take a grip of that's more delicate or more stern. He took his leg instead, pulled that. Then the second time he pulled him, he took his shirt. Maybe felt like, okay, this might be better. And I've heard accounts of people saying this too. I was like, this makes sense if you put two and two together. If the gorilla was interested in eating that child or harming them, whatever, I'm pretty sure he would have reacted because of fear or trying to protect his you know, his space. That wasn't the case. You actually see a last picture that was able to be taken when he went around that big wall they had where the video was being taken. There was a photo taken. It was closer to an open space where the guards or whoever could come and take the child. It was almost like, here the child is, come save him. But he was killed probably shortly after that.
I mean, my 2 cents is, and maybe you guys might not agree, watch your kid. I'm so sorry. You know what? No, listen. My parents took me everywhere as a child. I'm not saying everyone has to be that way, but I knew not to do stupid things like that. But I mean, you're a curious child, but like, please, like, watch your child. You're at a zoo. There's a ton of people. Like, your kid falling into the gorilla pit is not even the worst thing that could have happened at a zoo to your kid.
Could have been
you know?
taken from someone else.
There's just no way that, I mean, I'm not trying to come down hard on the mom, because like I said, I wasn't there, I don't know. But there's no way that you took your eye off your kid for like 1 second, all of a sudden he ends up in a pit.
I mean, I feel like I'm kind of like feeling the opposite way. I feel like kids are so, like, they're so tiny.
They're like those jumping spiders. They
They're,
could be like,
they're so
all
tiny,
over.
they're so fast, they're so nimble, you know what I mean? Like, they really can do it. Like, they have no sense of personal space either, you know what I mean? Like, they
Children
will,
really don't know anything about
they
personal
will
space.
just whip right by you, don't care, because they're tiny, you know what I mean? And it's like, I feel like this could happen to anyone, and it has happened to people before, you know, maybe not at the Cincinnati Zoo, but it has happened to people before.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's just a shame that, like, they couldn't tranquilize this gorilla. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
they
That's
definitely-
really what hurts
I think
me.
that was the zoo's policy. If that happens, shoot it down.
Well, I mean, also...
Next,
yeah.
I want to talk about migrant crisis
Okay.
happening in the Mediterranean Sea. So, you know, it's like a refugee crisis actually, because people from different parts of Africa, like Libya, Sudan, they're all migrating to Italy in Europe. And so what's happening there is the ships are sinking.
Wow.
There's been 3 ships that sunk last week.
Is there a reason why?
Well, they're not suitable for the oceans. They're these vessels that are totally not made for these hundreds of people who are overcrowding the ships. And it's so sad. reported by the International Organization for Migration, nearly 19,000 migrants have arrived in Italy by sea in May alone.
Wow.
So, I mean,
19,000.
yeah, the people are always traveling. By May 25th, the sinking was estimated to be 250 people that died from it. Yeah, it's sad because the numbers are going up. It was first estimated at 100, now it's 250. It's crazy. 262 people were confirmed dead first. 971 were confirmed missing. People are still missing. And, you know, this happened overnight. So a lot of the information is coming from accounts from people.
Wow.
You know, they saw a lot of women and children and a lot of unattended youth.
Wow.
It's really sad this is going on.
That.
I mean, and the agencies that are happening, like what people go to, they're saying that it's because of the good weather now and the increased rate of human trafficking and smuggling agencies going over to take advantage of the tourists.
Yep.
Now, you know, to make more profit, but it's still dangerous.
Yeah.
And they're over here traveling, and this is happening. They're overcrowding the ships. So.
That's such a shame. I mean, especially because refugees, like refugee salvation, like is such like a big problem right now. Just because of like all the things that are going on in like the Middle East and everything like that, and people are so like desensitized to it because they're just like, oh well, they don't live here. You know what I mean? And it's like
It's not my backyard, so why is it my problem? People have like that mentality.
yeah, and it's just sad. I mean, rest in peace for all those people who passed
Right.
away. That's just a shame. I really hope that gets under control.
It's like if you have to just look over maybe just for a second to try to understand all the crazy things that's going on in different countries, and you know you're so comfortable. It's really nothing to complain about. And
Count your blessings.
America,
Yeah, count your blessings.
there's everyone has their own problems, but I can't believe
Yeah, that's
people
wild.
are just drowning at sea, migrating to different countries. People have to go through that.
Yeah, that's a shame.
I was just reading about a school in China where the children have to climb. I think it takes 2 hours to get to the school. Climb these, I think it was mountains or hills by ropes and stuff. And so now the
probably
government
really
is saying that they're
Yeah,
going to try
right.
to make more sustainable, more like maybe like metal stairs, but it's still dangerous.
Yeah.
First of all, like kids in Asia, students in Asia already have it really tough. They have like way more school than we have here. It's way more
Much
intense,
longer.
much longer.
That
and now they gotta
commute-
The
climb.
school-
That is so much. Oh
Thankfully-
my god, you would catch me.
Thankfully, that school is, I think, it happens twice a week.
Okay.
It takes
Okay.
place twice a week.
Not bad.
But still, that climb, it's
That's
so, like,
Actually, I think that we
it should be
have.
another way.
We have our mystery topic.
topic?
Mystery
Let's
topic?
bring it out.
What do we have today?
Do you actually want it today?
Yeah.
Okay, yes, we just said it. So yeah.
You have time.
Yeah, so privacy. Do you have the right to be private online?
You have the right to be as private as you want online, but it works both ways. Like, if you want to be private, then you know not to post certain things. But if you post certain things, then expect that everything is speculation.
Yeah.
Everything's open to speculation.
Absolutely. People are gonna be watching you at all times.
Yeah.
I know that like it's just really easy to find people online.
Oh my, it's like,
But,
you
I
only
mean,
knew how many people I stalked online.
You're so it's so easy to find them, but when you find them, like at least for me, I realize that I don't really have much information about them. Like on these platforms like Facebook, like Instagram, like Twitter, like if you don't put out certain information, people are not going to know it. You know what I mean? But then there are also like white pages, you know what I mean? Where it's like they have your phone number, they have your address, they have like where you've lived previously, they have your business number, all
Basically,
of
get
it.
rid of that. Why
Yeah,
should
Actually,
be illegal?
yo, it should be. I remember one time when I was 15, this guy that I dated was like really creepy and obsessive and found my home phone number on white pages and was like calling all the time. Yeah, so white pages
That's why most
did me
people don't
dirty.
have home phone numbers.
I mean,
actually.
I think
Yeah.
it's like regular life. Like you said, whatever you put out, it's gonna be able to be used. I mean, if you post a picture, you can't get mad if someone teases you for it. I think it's just like life. It's how you respond to it. What your information is gonna be there. Sometimes you have pictures or videos you might not like that you posted years ago. It's already out there. It's too late.
We all have those
know?
videos.
Absolutely.
So just be
yeah.
careful. Be more safe what you post. It's not private, so you can't tell yourself that.
But I feel like if you don't want something to be public, don't talk about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I feel like so many people in this age
Right.
of information, like you're literally spewing at the seams all these things, and then you get mad that people know about them.
Right.
Well, keep your mouth shut. Like literally, it's a very simple.
I understand if like you posted stuff when you were younger, but at this, everyone knows about internet now, and it's not even a matter of do you want to be private or not. It's a matter of using your brain. It's not
Yes.
private. So just be safe and be careful.
Anyways, that is all the time we have this week. Be sure to check us out on YouTube and on the Femme Spot Facebook page. Have a happy, safe Sunday, everybody.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Oh, that's so cool.
Wait, I wanted to say something.
Too late. You gotta save it for next week.